Shalom. Welcome to Finding Inner Peace in Turbulent Times, a Torah-based masterclass in Jewish mindfulness for serenity. Shalom, I'm Dalia Orlev, and I teach Jewish mindfulness, meditation, and movement online and live. And I've been teaching Jewish wellness for 45 years. So welcome to the fourth class, Wisdom for the Journey. This is our foundational teachings from the Chassidic masters. The past three classes, we learned what is Yishuv HaDa'at. Now we will look at Torah sources for them. Okay, so it's not something from somewhere else. This is in our Torah tradition. Mindfulness, Yishuv HaDa'at, is part of our Torah tradition. Here we go. Let's see. So first of all, the architecture of that is they have necessities and there's a challenge. So we need that. That is mindfulness, okay, to settle our mind. And the Midrash Vayikra Rabbah says, Nidarim, if you lack that, what do you lack? You don't lack anything. But if you lack that, what do you have? If you don't have a settled mind, you don't have anything. But you do have settlement. You have everything. It's the basis of quality of life and connection to Hashem. So the Tanya in chapter 3 says that implies attachment and union. When we say Adam Yada at Chava, it's intimate union between man and wife. It's really, it's an experiential union. And what we want to connect is to Hashem. So without binding one's stat, our mind, or settled our mind, and fixing our thought, our machshava on Hashem, feelings of spiritual connection come and go, are fleeting, just like dimyonot shav, like false ideas. They just keep coming and going. But we have a mind, and the mind is challenging. Why? Because it's not where we want it to be. It has its own mind of its own, okay? And the Baal Shem Tov recognized that the place is where your machshava, your thought reaches to, there his being is. So, for example, you can be in reading with the tefillah, with the siddur, but your mind is what I have to do tomorrow, what I did yesterday, and all the things that are occurring. And you're not there, and you don't have any kavanah. You have no really intention of what you're doing because your mind is somewhere else. Where your mind is, the Baal Shem Tov, that's where you are. So the main practice from the Likutei Otzot and Proverbs 19:21 is the main practice of spiritual development is to guard the mind from spiritual destructive thoughts and desires. From hirurim, it's called the hirurim, from all over the place, because they're blocking our spiritual sensitivity and the joy. We can't be joyful if our minds are in destructive things. So it's a challenge. How do we do that? So let us go back. What is Yishuv HaDa'at? By definition, the Perkovot, the Maharal says, defines it as a tranquil, settled mind. The etymology implies sitting. Lashevet, lashev is Yishuv is from sitting, physically being in one place with our mind, an intimate, dwelling knowledge. We know it. We understand it. We experience. So as I said before, that is union. And Adam knew Eve. It's not just intellectual information, more Torah classes going in and out there. It is a profound attachment and union with Hashem, with the divine. We want to be connected to Hashem. We want to experience Hashem's unity and His love and His holiness and His light. But we have to settle our mind in order to feel that. Okay? So as I say, the mind can go all over the Baal Shem. Where we are, mind consciousness reaches, that's where we are. So if we're not learning how to settle our mind, quieting our mind, then we can't connect as deeply as we want to, and it just comes and goes, our connection with Hashem. So that is why the navigating the mind and cultivating joy, that is why the Rebbe Nachman in Likutei Moharan in 2:10 says a lack of Yishuv HaDa'at is the fundamental root of our feeling distant from Hashem. If your emotions are all upside down, if your mind is going from here to there, how can you connect to Hashem? How can we do that? Because we don't feel, we're so busy with our thoughts that we can't feel Hashem's presence. Okay, we want to experience Hashem's presence, experience the divine whispers, which that was one of my courses recently, is divine whispers of Hashem, that He's talking to us, but we have to settle our mind. We have to experience calmness. We have to be quiet and still. So how does it do that? So the Pietza Rebbe taught us, and that's what this previous, the second class, which I taught you, was the Hashkata meditation, to still the mind, which is what am I thinking and what else am I thinking, and see them as clouds in the sky. Yeah, I see them. They're not me. I am not my thoughts. We don't feed them. We just find the space between the thoughts. And that is so important. So I teach a method of Jewish mindfulness using the Orlev method. And the first two parts of the O is opening ourselves up to an intention to be connected to Hashem, to be open for what is my intention, what do I want, and relax, relaxing our body and be able to relax by our breath. And then listen. L is for listening, listening to what's really going on, to my emotions. What is it? And then we can, E is experience that. Then we can experience the stillness. And then we can go into, once we have that stillness of the mind, we can go visualize with being connected in Dveikut with Hashem. So first step, we have to settle our mind. And then once we feel that and connected to Hashem, then we have joy. And Rebbe Nachman, the world is a narrow bridge. And the ikar lo lefached, and the essential thing is not to be afraid. So we need to be in joy, and we need to have the mitzvah gadola liot b'simcha tamid. So it's a great mitzvah to be in joy, because when we're joy, we have calm minds. Our emotions are calm, not in depression, not in sadness, not in anger, not all that. We're calm. It's not a reward. George Simcha is not a reward for perfection. It is a vital spiritual discipline required to master one's mind and banish fear. Yeah, fear gets us stuck and not in connection with Hashem. But the power of stillness. So from the Torah, Moshe was told, come up and be there. Just be there. Just come up to the mountain and just be. Just allow to be silent. To receive the Torah, we had to just to be there. Just liot shama, to be present, in the present. Kan v'achshav, to be present. In Tehillim we say 46:11, be still and know. Herapa v'tidu, and know Hashem Elokecha. First you have to be relaxed, and then you will know and be in that. So I'm reminding you to practice this week. Commit to your morning breathing routine, whether it's the shalom breathing, whether it's the shema breathing. And this week, start really observing your thoughts, your machshavot. Oh, that's an interesting thought. Without any judgment, just detaching, just to see. And then slowly, as you begin to be opening up the space between the thoughts and feeling and experiencing expanded consciousness, which is that, you can settle your mind consciously in Hashem's presence daily. And that is the gift. The mechanics of light and darkness. So the Alter Rebbe says, a little light dispels a lot of darkness. You do not need perfect calm to begin. We can begin with just 5 minutes, of breathing, or as we worked on last time, our gratitude entry is enough. When we say breathe in with the Yuda breath, Yuda for gratefulness, gratitude, and to be a Yehudi is to be grateful, and is enough to kindle the light. Just to wake up this morning, ah, thank you, Hashem, for this. And thank you, Hashem. Your soul only knows the way. When you're in the grateful mode, then it is a little light, dispels your darkness. So the Baal Shem Tov also taught, forgetfulness leads to exile, while remembrance is the secret of redemption. What are we trying to remember here? Trying to remember that our soul, our expanded consciousness. When we're scattered, when our thoughts are scattered, we'll forget who we are. We're holy souls in a body. But every time we return to our breath is an act of remembrance. Oh, yeah. And return from the exile, from being in exile conscious. I'm somewhere else. I'm not here, not in the present. I'm in the past, in the future, but not in the present. Not here right now. So we as Jewish women are the keepers of the inner flame. And in every generation, Jewish women have carried the emunah, faith forward, quietly, persistently, in the home and in the heart. You are part of this chain. Your practice matters, really does. Your peace matters. Your connection to Hashem matters, not just for you, but for all of us. May you find stillness in the storm and carry your light with joy. So these practices are just the beginning of many practices I teach in my, if you want to deepen your spiritual practice, these practices are just the doorway. So you can explore the complete 4-level curriculum of Jewish mindfulness, meditation, and movement with my Orlev method. So there's 4 levels. The first level is Jewish mindfulness, the basics, Yishuv HaDa'at, and advanced Ve'kut. The level 2 is healing with the Hebrew letters, the Aleph Bet meditations. Level 3 is the full 5-pillar system, the Orlev method, using the 10 sfirot, each class is a different sfira. The level 4 is Jewish healing with the 4 elements, which was the last 2 classes I taught, Divine Whispers in the Orchard and the that integration, manifesting and healing and discovering our soul mission by understanding which element I am, which tribe, what is my Hebrew name here, and all as a complete package of understanding and healing ourselves and manifesting in this world our soul mission. So they can be accessed globally or self-paced and fully recorded at www.jewish-mindfulness.com. You can reach me at Dalia Orlev at Gmail. And I bless you that you may find stillness in the storm and carry your light with joy. Thank you for joining me in this journey, and you can explore more with me in the 4-level curriculum at www.jewishmindfulness.com. Wishing you much light, much joy, much simcha, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here.